All right, tennis people, big news in the tennis world. Lots of things have happened. Djokovic crashes out of Dubai, losing to Yuri Vesely for, amazingly, the second time. And he also loses the world #1 spot officially to Daniil Medvedev, who's probably partying in Acapulco right now. We knew this would happen because Djokovic wasn't allowed to play the Australian Open, and Medvedev's been doing so well. But now it's officially happening, and it's a weird feeling to not see Djokovic at the top. And it's going to be really weird, I guess, when Indian Wells comes around and Medvedev is the #1 seeded player in the world. So let's talk about what happened with Djokovic, why he lost to Yuri Vesely, and let's also talk about Zverev getting defaulted, disqualified, kicked out of Acapulco for abusing the umpire's chair. It was crazy. We're going to watch the video. We're going to get into it. Welcome to The Slice. Thanks for being here, and let's get into all this action. I go fair.
You're coming at you from the Del Rey Beach Open. Miami Open. Down the grounds. You're here with the man. Milos Raonic. Welcome to The Slice.
All right, folks, welcome back to The Slice. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, and consider joining the channel. If you join the channel, you support my work here at The Slice. We have a team here that helps put on our production, and I'm going to be in Europe this year, traveling around, and I need your support to help do that. So join the channel or become a patron, and you get behind the scenes access to all of that. You can ask pros questions. Thank you guys for the support. Now, Djokovic loses in Dubai. Pretty crazy. I did not see him losing to Yuri Vesely, even though Yuri Vesely took out Roberto Bautista Agut, who was playing amazingly. So that means, by default, Yuri Vesely is playing amazing. These are very fast courts in Dubai. So a big hitter like Vesely, just a stallion, can get it done, and that makes sense. So the crazy thing is that, yeah, well, I was hoping for Djokovic to play Shapovalov in the semifinal. We would have done a live watch along. We'll probably do a watch along at some point here in the next little bit with Shapovalov, just because he's making a run, or he should be making a run. He probably should win today. But yeah, that's the news today. Djokovic loses, Zverev abuses. So Djokovic lost. Let's take a look at the stats here. Serve rating during the match, Djokovic and Vesely pretty similar. Both actually served, fairly well. Same first serve percentage. And Djokovic actually won a more percentage on his first serve, but Yuri Vesely was able to step in on the second serve. Just looking at the stats, and just a weird match. Just like Vesely was playing at a good enough level where Djokovic wasn't ever comfortable in the rallies. He wasn't getting on top of the rallies. Vesely was just able to hit his backhand bunt. I don't know what his backhand kind of looks like. Almost looks like a Kevin Anderson in a way backhand. I don't know, or even like a Del Potro backhand. Actually, I would take that Yuri Vesely backhand to look like that. So Djokovic wasn't able to get ahead in the rallies, and the Vesely has a great serve, and Djokovic maybe wasn't hitting as high a percentage as he normally has, but you got to obviously expect this coming. Djokovic is rusty, having only played 2 other matches in 2022, and you come up against a player who's playing amazing on lightning fast courts in Dubai, and that's a recipe for losing. So a lot of people just expected Djokovic to come in here and win this tournament, no issues in Dubai, with his wrath from not being able to play. But he is a human. He is 34 or 5 now, and he has not played for most of 2022. So the loss is shocking because it's Yuri Vesely, but and it's a bad loss for Djokovic for sure. But you kind of can give him some level of grace after what Djokovic has been through in 2022. So Djokovic loses to Vesely, and he also loses the #1 ranking spot, amazingly, to Daniil Medvedev. This guy. So we got a little graphic here from the great graphic designer Julian here at The Slice. But world #1 now is Daniil Medvedev, as Vesely beats Djokovic, and Medvedev sitting in Acapulco going Mazel Tov. So that's great for him. Other things happening in Acapulco, though, is Sasha Zverev is in very, very hot water. If you haven't seen it here, I'm going to try and show it now. Yeah, just a crazy scenes from Zverev. He just absolutely lost it on court, and you just can't do that. That's just... You can't do that. You should be seeing it here. 1 second here. Yeah, let's just put that up on the big screen. You see Zverev hitting, pissed off about a call from the umpire, and Zverev comes and smashes the umpire's chair with his racket multiple times. Yeah, just crazy because his partner didn't even step in, but Zverev just going absolutely off the rails. Zverev gets angry. Obviously, we all know that, like most players do on the court, but that's just taking it to a whole another level. It's gross because you can see the umpire like flinching, like he literally thinks this guy's about to chop my legs off of his racket. So absolutely unacceptable. Can't happen on a tennis court. So the right thing happened. That was in Zverev's doubles match after he just won like a pretty amazing match against Brooksby the round before in singles. So yeah, they basically withdrew him from the tournament, asked him to leave, kicked him out, however you want to say it. And that's a big deal because Zverev's the defending champion, so he's going to lose basically 500 points, probably like 450 points. And then people are asking, he's got to be suspended. He's going to be fined, etc. So what are my thoughts on that? He should be suspended, probably. Like, that's like pretty egregious. And if players just get fined, like, money doesn't really matter to Zverev. Like, he's like, yeah, he could pay a $500,000 fine. It would probably sting, but at the end of the day, he's going to be fine. And you look at other like drug violations when it comes to like Dan Evans, like found cocaine in his system, tested for it, a year suspension. Pretty crazy for doing something that doesn't really affect tennis in any way. So this is on-court abusive behavior. Zverev abuses. Some people are calling him abuse Zverev, not me. But you would think that he would get suspended. My hot take is that he probably will not get suspended. Even though he should, the ATP is a business, and they're like, well, we'll fine him and we'll keep him playing because he does put butts in seats. People care about Zverev, and we don't want the rankings to be any more hurt than they already are by outside influences. Like Djokovic was at the top for so long, probably helped out by the pandemic in some way. Now he's out of the number one spot, probably definitely helped out by the pandemic in some way. Zverev's going to lose, like if he like misses Indian Wells in Miami due to suspension, that's going to like drop him big time. So I don't know if he will get suspended because the ATP doesn't seem to be huge on making stances like that. The investigation they have into Zverev, the allegations against Zverev aren't really ongoing, or they kind of are, but they're not being very explicit about that. That is a whole different subject, and there's no actual criminal charges being pushed against Zverev, so the ATP kind of doesn't, in my opinion, have that much role in it. But they're clearly not the organization that likes to take stands for morality and make big statements when it comes to taking their players out of playing. So that's my thought. He probably won't get suspended. Obviously, he probably should. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, obviously. So yeah, those are basically the two big things. Djokovic loses, Zverev abuses. It's crazy scenes in the tennis world. Daniil Medvedev is number one. He's going to probably play Rafa Nadal in the next round in the semifinals at Acapulco. We're all hoping for that as a rematch to their Australian Open final epic. But yeah, people, I don't know. That's just craziness. Djokovic loses. Like we said, can't get it done against Yuri Vesely. And Zverev defaulted out of Acapulco. And Daniil Medvedev, world number one. Let me know your guys' thoughts. As always, thank you guys for supporting. Thanks for following along. Follow us on Instagram for daily content about all the tennis happenings. And subscribe here to not miss any more updates here on The Slice. We will see you guys soon. Cheers for being here, and we'll see you.